Hello and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. My name is Gene Doherty, and my map project is on the Cromwellian military campaign in Ireland, beginning in 1649. After centuries of English rule, Irish Catholics, under the leadership of Gaelic Irish nobility, revolted and sought to regain control of the island nation of Ireland in 1641. The rebellion was a mixture of political, religious, and social grievances, particularly in response to the increasingly harsh policies imposed by English government. The rebellion evolved into a larger conflict known as the Wars of the Three Kingdoms, and saw the native Irish victorious in many major conflicts throughout Ireland. The Irish were successful in seizing control of many important Irish towns. The English were able to maintain control in Dublin and Derry counties, but after nearly a decade of defeats, the English looked to Oliver Cromwell to regain control of the island. Cromwell's military campaign in Ireland, which took place 1649 to 1653, and his subsequent policies had a tremendous impact on the relationship between the English and the Irish, particularly the Irish Catholic. In this interactive map project, I traced the movements of Cromwell and his new model parliamentary army as they used brutal military tactics to subdue the rebellion and to seize control of major Irish towns. The 3 years of warfare between the Irish Confederate Army, the English Royalists, and Cromwell's parliamentary army saw Cromwell's forces slaughter women, children, and soldiers without remorse. The goal of this project is to examine Cromwell's conquest in an attempt to understand the long-term effects of his military tactics and that it would have on the memory in Ireland. Cromwell is a figure that is whose legacy is disputed. Many English historians consider Cromwell to be a hero of the English people. He is revered for his leadership during a transformative period in English history. He was instrumental in leading parliamentary forces to victory against King Charles I. He played a central role in the trial and the execution of Charles I in 1649. He would go on to govern England as a republic and introduce reforms in administration, finance, and in the military. However, his legacy is deeply contested, especially amongst the Irish, where he is criticized for his authoritarian rule and his brutal military tactics. His military campaigns were marked by massacres and severe repression in Ireland. His land confiscation and policies transformed the demographics of Ireland and displaced many native Irish to the Americas and to Barbados. Cromwell's military conquest was a defining episode in the Irish and British history with significant long-term consequences. His campaign aimed to crush the Irish resistance to English rule. The campaign is infamous for its harshness, particularly in the sieges of Drogheda and Wexford, where thousands of defenders and civilians were killed. His actions in these brutal massacres were intended to send a message and to quickly subdue resistance. And as you'll see in this presentation, many of the Irish towns that he's going to conquer would be surrendered without any actions taking place. Cromwell's actions played a significant role in religious relationship between Protestants and Catholics in Ireland. His staunch Puritan ideals viewed Catholics as enemies of Protestantism. His campaign led to widespread persecution of Catholics, including the confiscation of lands, restriction on worship, and severe penalties. After the conquest of Ireland was completed, the Act for Settlement of Ireland redistributed vast amounts of Irish land to English soldiers and settlers, displacing Catholic landowners and solidifying Protestant dominance in Ireland. This was part of Cromwell's broader colonial project and contributed to significant social and economic upheaval. Cromwell's conquest is remembered in Ireland as a period of oppression, colonial domination, and sectarian violence. It is fueled anti-English sentiment and is often cited as a key moment in the historical narrative of Irish suffering under the English rule. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the project.